1.
What is the absolute crack, everybody? Welcome to Monday evening with Heartfire Tales. We're in space. We are in space. Thank you, Dylan. That is the traditional Heartfire Tale recording suite.
Thank you.
The fact that I can't eat it right now. Hey, Dread, jump scare.
No! Fuck, that actually got me too.
How can you get caught by a jump scare? It was so clearly telegraphed.
I find sometimes the telegraph really subverts itself. Anyway, we're here. It's Monday. We are in Wildspace for the final time. Oh my days. It's been almost a year, over a year since we started. It's been a hell of an adventure. Decisions were made poorly by all involved, including me. But somehow we've gotten here to the December stream. Well done, everybody.
I'm so proud of
us. Bula bus.
Hell yeah.
I am Jim. I will be your DM for this. The pinnacle, because 1, it's the last episode, and 2, they're at the top of a tower of this adventure. I am joined, as always, by Apollo, Harker, Dylan, and Dread, as I see them on my screen. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, guys.
Greetings.
That's a fucking tasty pose, Apollo. Fucking tasty. Now, hold on while I very quickly Google something.
Interesting.
How to DM D&D.
What is a D20?
World.
What the fuck is AC?
Okay, here we go.
Initiative? Question mark.
Air conditioning.
Wow, that's bad. Okay. It's so bad I don't even get it. I just Googled the funniest joke in the world.
Tell us.
Well,
tell.
according to Good Housekeeping,
Mm.
the funniest joke in the world is... Oh no, I just got it. Did you hear? Did you hear about the rancher who had 97 cows in his field?
No.
No. Well, if you want the answer to that joke, join us on D8 Dungeon tomorrow for a charity stream where we're going to be raising some money for animals in need. And that's going to be really, really fun. But for now,
wait, so you're gonna go to the D8 dungeon and you're just gonna give the punchline to a joke?
Oh,
Yeah,
zero
then we're gonna leave.
Zero context is going to be given. I think Ben said he'd be around in the chat. So
He is.
Yeah, there we go. He'll know what I'm up to. Actually, no. Somebody demand it in chat for me tomorrow. I want to know if this has worked or not. Okay. We are Heartfire Tales. We stream on Twitch. We do live shows. We do a podcast. We do all sorts of TTRPG nonsense. Please follow us on our social medias. It's generally just Heartfire Tales. We've got the whole front page of Google. Except for the very end, which is a Skyrim expansion. Boo. But yes, no. Join our Discord. Join our Patreon. Sub to us here. I swear we're cool. We're going to jump straight into this because we don't want to hang around. I will give a little bit of a recap. Basically, everything was fine in the universe. And then a bad guy showed up, had some run-ins with our gang. He was flame-themed. He set one of them on fire. They did not beat him, but they managed to get away. They went to the Emerald City. Everything was lovely. They found their dad. Their dad found himself. They found themselves. They then discovered that everything was not okay, and that bad guy was going to basically take a big old army of friendly folks and turn them into a big old army of fearsome foes, which is bad news. So they jumped onto a spaceship and flew all the way across the galaxy, pursued by a dragon and, Dread, a camera crew.
Stop it! God damn it!
They defeated said dragon, and after some astrological mumbo jumbo, found themselves on a factory planet where the Wizard of Wildspace, some of their father, had secreted it away so that his legions of children could be born in relative peace in these giant factories because his creations are warforged.
It's Sandy Workshop.
That was my plan the whole time. He lied. Yes, they come off the construction lines with little hats. Yes, the fearsome party of heroes ascended the towers, fighting and jumping and doing like basically a 90s platformer the whole way up. And then they reached the top and they saw him, Elias Vorlock, professional nasty man, finishing his work in changing the good creations into bad creations. And for those of you who are visually minded, that is the green to the red Star Wars rules.
Yes.
Exactly, Harker. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you got my message about prepping that visual for me.
Yeah, I made sure.
Let me try it really slowly. Going from no, that's intensity. Okay, yes. They got beaten. Oh no, they got beaten badly. I'd go
Pretty
so far as
badly.
to say they probably didn't even stand a chance. The whole fight was some kind of narrative device. Quelle surprise. But then, right at the 11th hour, Deus Ex Machina.
Hell yeah.
The last light of, and this is important information I should have included earlier in the recap, the last light of the good energy, which is to say the energy of the Wizard of Wildspace's wife, the deity, who is mother to some of the party, god to others, and just kind of cool auntie to the rest, reached out and delivered unto them salvation, or I should say an opportunity for salvation.
A load of
She's
XP.
one of those she's one of those I help those who help themselves kind of gods, and she done bump the party up to level 14. So guys, would you like to introduce your characters and tell us how that power has manifested in you?
Yeah, I'm trying to make my room slightly red, so someone else go ahead of me.
We're doing red. We're doing red.
I actually don't remember. Hold on. There we go. So Scraps, who is
None of you can see the red.
son of both
It
of
just
those
got really dark.
characters. Oh God, what have you done to your room?
Yeah, it's
Shut up,
real
leave me
dark.
alone. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
Yes,
Nice.
Dylan, take an inspiration for actually
Yes.
using a Wizard of Oz reference.
Thank you.
I look away for 1 second. Yeah, Scraps, who is son to both the wizard and the deity Ush, who had just started to kind of figure out his relationship to his mother, decided to take all of those remaining levels, or they more so manifested in him in the form of a continued bond to continue her power, meaning he is now level 7 cleric, level 1 druid, and level 6 ranger.
Sick as hell. Rin, who was once a soldier of the Wicked Witch of the West, now a reborn, is now, he has embraced both sides of his past and hopefully his future. He is now a level 7 barbarian, path of the wild magic, that's whatever. And Oath of Redemption, level 7 paladin.
Nice.
Hot fucking damn, guys.
It is sexy.
Characters. Sexy characters.
The sexiest.
Apollo.
And we've all heard it.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know what I mean by that.
I'm
No,
so
Brett,
confused by everything
we
you said.
all heard it.
No, thank you. Eri, the once cowardly lion, has had, I don't know how long in like a timeline of months, days, weeks, months has this campaign been?
I do think it's
about a
month.
month.
Yeah.
It's been a wild fucking month.
Yeah.
People,
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna say it's been like a wild 3 days. And then like 3 weeks of nothing, and then another wild 3 days or so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah,
as it
that
should
does
be.
sound right.
just like a semester for real.
Yeah.
It's been a wild month, and Eri is just so tired. Like the last thing Eri saw was his dad like hitting the ground. Eri is so done with people having the power to take the things that he cares about away from him. Reaching out to this goddess, Eri has been filled with the power to protect what he cares about by stopping those who would threaten it before they even get the chance to think of it. So
offense is the best defense.
Offense is the best defense. The spread is we're staying rogue level 5, Fighter, we've gone up to level 7, and we've taken on 2 levels of War Cleric.
Ooh, yes. That is a good reverse damage build. Reverse healing build. I like it.
You don't need to be healed if you're not getting hit.
That's exactly
him.
yeah. What is it? Subtraction by addition. Dylan, tell us about everybody's favorite little metalhead.
So Hertz, having being imbued by this divine energy, instead of kind of following this like deific path that everyone else has followed, has kind of gone back into his own head and kind of been retrospective and introspective and thought about where he came from, thought about his mentor, the old wizard that he lived with, and now he kind of looks to the new wizard that is, he's found as his father. And he looks back on all of his notes and all of the things that he's learned and he's kept in his book all these years from all the people he's visited and learned about. And the book seems to come alive and is imbued with magic. And I am now Artificer 8's Wizard 6.
Yeah.
As I'm learning from some of my experiences of what I can do.
I love that.
And I'm ready. Now I'm Abjuration Wizard, so I'm going to try and keep everyone
hell yeah,
alive at
so
wards
cool.
and things.
Absolutely,
We love a wizard.
Incredible. We do love a wizard. We do love a wizard. Maybe you were the Wizard of Wildspace all along.
Time shit.
Time shit. Yes.
Time shit.
And yeah, that is all of our party. You guys are now substantially stronger than you were when we left off. However, you are no less sad. You can't just turn those emotions off.
I was crying in the last episode.
I can't.
Dickhead.
You can. So let's all just get sad again.
Yeah.
So sad.
My exam timetable.
Just think of the state of the world, and then let's play D&D. Okay, so you are in a space of white light. You feel this power rushing into you. You can hear the words and the voice of Osh echoing over you, surrounding you, basically giving you the whole force treatment. You start to see the world begin to kind of fade in around you. Everybody but you, Hertz. Everything stays white for you for a little while longer. And you see in front of you, this is all beginning to happen. That basically your phase shifting back into the real world. However, it's not happening one at a time. So I'd like everybody to just roll up initiative for me.
Okay.
I've realized I didn't bring my dice over, so I have to grab that.
You're doing so well.
Yeah.
I can roll for you if you want.
No,
I
it's
have
good.
so many dice.
18.
You're
18.
prophetic, Jim. I rolled quite badly.
21.
7.
7. Actually, do you know what? I should be able to take this down. Give me a second.
I actually roll initiative with advantage now, which is awesome.
Ooh.
Nice.
Don't you just love that kind of thing?
I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
While
it's
we're
just
rolling initiative,
good
everyone,
time.
just shout out to chat as a reminder that you can, of course, redeem channel points to give us blessings and advantages and crits and all that kind of good stuff, which we may or may not need. I am legally obliged to say that you can also give the same to Jim.
That's
Why
not
would
true.
you say
actually.
Do that?
Why would you say that?
Not
I
technically
will
true.
hate you for life.
Yeah.
I think it would be really funny if you did that, Ben.
I mean, that
Um,
last fight wasn't that challenging, right? Like, we are all fine.
Shut the
Harker.
fuck up, Harker.
Harker.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that is
Right.
I'm not above fighting
Probably
someone who's sick.
fine. Probably fine. Okay, give me those
Thank you.
initiative. Give me those inities again, please.
18.
18. I'm going to tell you right now, this man got a 33 on his initiative.
For
Holy
fuck's sake.
shit.
What have
He
you
rolled a
done?
nat 20 and he has no, I'm just using the
13?
roller.
That's
He has
impossible.
13. Yeah, he has a
That's
plus 3 on initiative. No,
There's
he
a
doesn't.
23.
He rolled a 23. I do
Thank
you.
apologize,
Okay.
guys.
That
There
makes
is a
so much more
little
sense.
thing on my screen right where that digit is that gave it a little bit of an extra hook that made it look like a tree. That's why I
21.
was like, this seems surprising. I'm going to say it out loud. Yeah, okay. So we have a 23 from Elias.
Ooh.
Who's next? You got a 17, did you, Harker?
I got a 17, yes.
I got a 21 though.
Oh my god.
18,
Okay.
sorry. But yeah, same thing.
So so we have Elias, we have Eri. Who else have we got? Anyone between Eri and Scraps?
No.
Nope.
Perfect.
Where's Olenika? What power did she get?
Olenika's dead.
Oh,
No.
They're all dead.
no further questions.
What did you get there, Dread?
Yeah, I have advantage, and I rolled 2 4s, so 5.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow. So I'm gonna put Scraps in. Or not Scraps, I'm gonna put Hertz in. Unless Hertz, you did worse than that.
No, I
And
got a
then
7.
And then we have Dread at the end. Perfect. Okay. So
And I just want to point out that we all have a 1d4 to attacks and saving throws
Amazing.
now
Heckin' yeah.
for the game for the
For the
session.
game.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
absolutely
Thanks,
fucking
Brian.
phenomenal work, Brian. Really, really strong of body. Thank you.
And there's 2 crits already in there.
To us, or
Good.
did he?
Gravy. I'm gonna let you guys know. I think this is going to be a handy fight for you guys because you're a level 14. So I am not going to hold back one iota with
Fair.
this guy. So bring
Understandable.
your A game and bring your friends into chat because you're going to need them. It's going to be extremely violent and extremely fast, like a well-directed film. Yeah,
I'm getting my calculator out.
On back.
the same. Yeah, like Ongbak. It's also the description of Rin and
No.
strength.
We did,
Afterwards.
yeah. Like, hey, listen.
Right, let's go. So the first thing, and because of the way initiative has fallen, this is going to be descriptively very weird and hard for me to do, but I think I'm good enough to pull it off. So basically, what's going to happen is, Scraps,
Yes.
you are the first one to kind of materialize back in. Maybe it's because you're realistically probably the most attuned to your mother's energy for having carried the thing around and being the first construct made from it. So you find your feet here quicker than most. And you spawn back into this fight, basically. You see that Elias has his back to you. He's walking towards the edge of the parapet, his victory in his own head assured. And he is using that most efficient of villain power.
Did I lose him, or did I?
No,
And he throws himself off the parapet. My work here is done, and I must go.
I'm panicking. I
Goodbye.
wasn't expected to be first.
And
Oh God, what can I
Like
do?
Tom and Baratheon in Game of Thrones.
it was a good fight, and I'm glad we won. So we
Yeah.
Back,
one
back.
shot.
But I'm only back with 2 of you, so I'm going to hang up and come back. Hold on.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun. No, I can't say that. I can't sing that. It's
You
too
singing the
were you
British
singing?
national anthem?
I was, and I was like, I'm Northern Irish. I
You'll
fully
get
can't.
jumped.
I'm gonna get murdered the next time.
You'll get jumped. You live
Anticipation
in the
there.
Republic.
I can never leave my house.
Right, so you spawn back in and you see Elias Forlock. He's turned his back to you and he's basically walking out towards the edge of the parapet. He's only gone a few steps, but he is employing that most classic of villain maneuvers, overconfidence. He's thought he's won the fight, and because of that, I'm going to roll a d20. If it comes out above a 10, you guys are going to basically get a surprise round on him. If it comes out below a 10, he's aware of what's happening and is still attuned to the spell.
And what happens if it's exactly a 10?
It rolled a natural 1, so that doesn't even matter.
Really?
Yeah,
No, it's bad.
No, it's bad
Hello.
for us.
yeah, that's really bad for you,
Yeah,
Apollo.
it's
He
bad
actually
for us.
just
We don't
murders
get
you
the
before
surprise
you
round.
get into the thing. So yes, he is going to turn around. He'll see you and he'll go, "How many times do I have to burn this wretched construct. He's going to point at you, and he's going to cast Wall of Fire at you.
Loves that spell.
It's kind of really important to his branding.
Yeah.
Really important to his
I
branding.
think they're really important to his brand.
And branding is the key word. He's all about heat. Okay, so yeah, he's going to point to you. This Wall of Fire is going to resurge at you. And he is going to roll 5d8.
Go for it.
Yeah, I know, right? Really, really wretched behavior from
And
him.
don't forget you have
Real-
a D4 on your saving throw.
And
I gotta say-
also,
That's right. Do I?
Jim, let me know if you'll allow this, but as a high level paladin,
Yeah.
I have Aura of Protection, which means anyone within 10 feet of me can add +3 to any saving throw.
That's really cool, but you're still in white space.
I
So,
did- yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
going forwards, and realistically, lads, he's going to use this again. You'll be able to use that.
Sorry, Harker,
yes,
I tried.
Sorry, Wall of Fire. So you're going to have to make a dex saving throw,
Dex save. Okay.
which you're
You're a
far
ranger,
more
you're good at
equipped
those.
to do now.
Not on a tree, unfortunately.
Oh.
With your
Mm,
D4.
I mean, it's not gonna be good.
No, it's not.
You could
That's
use
an
a crit.
11 without the D4.
Mm,
So
mm,
don't
mm,
think that's gonna be
mm,
close.
But does not make it, I'm afraid. I'm
That's
just
okay.
going to triple check that because I'm working off memory from last week. No, it doesn't make it, I'm afraid. Yes, he's going to send this Wall of Fire at you, and you are going to take 27 points of damage.
Gotcha.
Which is, let's face it, big damage. That would have been very bad for Scraps last week, right?
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, last week. But okay for Scraps this week, I
okay
think.
for Scraps this week.
He is going to not do anything just yet. But he is, you can see now, incensed to see you there. He does, as this Wall of Fire hits you, and he sees, like, from his point of view, increased resilience from you. His eyes are going to go wide, and he's going to say, "So you found some weak, pathetic power of your own. You've taken this power that I've almost strangled to death, and what? You're going to throw the dregs of it at me? Bring it on."
I didn't take this power, it was gifted to me, unlike you.
Even worse, you were too weak to claim it for your own. Yeah, it is now, though, as you see this, you find yourselves manifested fully, and it is your go. I agree. Boo this guy. Boo.
That's okay, being above Eri?
Oh, sorry, is Eri first?
Eri's
I
before
do,
me.
I do apologize.
We're 21, right?
Yeah, but if you want to go first, go ahead. I got time.
No, it's okay. I just did it wrong. Is all.
I just thought it was a thing you were doing. I was like,
no,
he's
it
above
wasn't.
everyone. That's right. Right.
Yeah, Eri is first. So Eri, just pretend all of that happened to you, but it didn't.
I
Eri,
came out of white space,
you-
but I came out a little bit above, so I'm free falling down.
you know what happened? Even though
Oh,
you were
no.
first in the initiative, Eri, Scraps was more attuned to the
Big
magic, so it got out first.
He really
Just-
likes burning me, so it
just
wouldn't
took-
make
does.
Just took all that
It's
fire.
kind of his favorite thing.
You are an incredibly stealthy fella, so you actually hid from the god momentarily, and you were slightly delayed getting your power and spawning back in.
Free
But
up.
now you do, and you find yourself face to face with Elias Vorlock. You see this Wall of Fire is up. What do you want to do?
Well, I just want to be in a position where I'm not directly, like, the Wall of Fire isn't really going to be a me problem right now, because love Scraps. I'm not getting into fire.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that to my main. I like to imagine that as we came out of a god space, a little bit of an outfit change where all the details that were the armor of Eri has been emerald and gold. All the gold parts are now silver. and the emerald cape is now also a silver cape.
Oh, hot damn.
Uh, for my, can I get a vibe check on my dad? How's he looking?
He's unconscious.
Oh my
You
God.
can't see more than that. Sadly, his mane is so magnificent. Now that he's lying head down, it's just like you can just see the back of his mane, basically.
Probably
You can't see
perfectly
any
coiffed.
like blood pooling underneath him or anything like that.
Okay.
If you want to make an investigation check, I'll let you make one at disadvantage because you are in quite a chaotic situation here with this firewall having just erupted. For you guys, it's erupted into a ring, a 20-foot in diameter ring that is basically made an Elden Ring style boss arena for you.
Gorgeous. Love that for
Yeah.
me.
You do
That's like-
spawn inside it though, so basically, Scraps, you would have just taken the damage as that expanded outwards from him.
Perfect.
He may change the shape of it, he may manipulate it, or he may just leave it there. God knows. It depends on how well you do.
Awesome. Okay.
So you can kind of spawn anywhere within that 20 feet. I will give you, if you want to be hidden, you've got a couple of options. You've got the dais that the spell would have been done on. You have an unconscious buddy is inside this. That would be big enough to hide behind. And then there's also the classic pantomime move of just spawning in and going
Directly
behind him. Yeah.
I think I want to land on top of the dais.
On top
That's
of the
where I
dais.
want to be. Not hidden behind the dais, but on top of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, Necrontier, for giving me advantage. I will be using it for evil. For my action, I summon up one of my psychic blades, and in my hand it just sort of like reverberates and changes color to a silver dagger as I chuck it at him, and in so doing cast Guiding Bolt.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh, nice.
Please do it up for me. Oh, I got to do this guy's health actually.
Okay. 21, does that hit?
21 hits.
Thank you. This is going to be the fuck you round.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think this fight probably is going to be like one or two intense fuck you rounds.
So that's going to be 16 radiant damage to him.
16 radiant damage. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So basically, like you spawn in, and you're now in this new kind of like deific livery. Is it livery? Livery? How do you pronounce that word? I've only ever read it. You're in this deific
Vibe.
I've always said livery, but I don't
Livery?
know if that's right. It might be
Yeah.
livery.
Livery is what you put a horse on when it's being paid to
Yeah,
stay in the stable.
livery.
Yeah, or if there's too much livery in your food, you might be like, this is a bit livery.
And if it's
yeah.
brought to your house, it's delivery.
You spawn in. Take an inspiration. You spawn in on top of the dais. Almost by some godly force, this deific garb is billowing silver now. And you can see that the patterns in it, so like basically like the brocade and stuff that would be on this garb is almost pulsing with a stronger, brighter silver as you've just been imbued with this like insane like universe level power. You pull out this knife, you send it, it sears through space, singing as it moves between you and him, and it like he just manages to dodge it, but it does singe his shoulder as it goes by, and you can see like silver embers kind of coming up from where it made contact with him, and you can tell that whereas before you were trying to fight to survive, you get the feeling now you're kind of on even footing with this guy.
Seeing that and seeing the kind of the silver streak going towards him, I want to use that as my guide path as my bonus action. I'm gonna just send a psychic dagger his way.
Yeah.
But the way that I do it, I shoot it his way. It goes the exact same path, and it's almost like there is a silver target superimposed on the weak spot.
Yeah.
Because I now have the sharpshooter feat.
Oh,
So
incredible.
I am.
Nice.
I'm going to take that. Well, no, I already have advantage because guiding bolt. You'll have to see
Nice.
it. Yeah. So this has a -5 to the attack roll for +10 damage.
Yeah.
But you
it
also
is
have
one
your
of my favorite
D4.
feats. Yeah.
Yes, I do have my D4. All right.
Don't
So
forget your D4s now.
I'm disappointed you didn't say it. Don't forget your D4s, right?
Royce, don't forget those D4s, boys.
Yeah. We're going to call D4s dubes. So don't forget your dubes, boys, okay?
right. Okay, that is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Nice.
Don't pause like that.
Okay.
Don't
okay.
pause like that.
I got all my things on different tabs, you see. So sometimes
And you know
might
what? I
have
love
to
that
pause
for you.
while I tab. I don't know the
Hell yeah.
keyboard shortcut.
Right. So that is going to be 1d6 base, 3d6 sneak attack,
Mm-hmm.
1d8 psionic die,
Ooh.
because fighter psionic strike once per turn. Then all of this is going to be plus 18.
Plus 18 damage. Okay, perfect. That is
Wait, no, I didn't do the math.
oh,
The plus
sorry.
18 is just what I add to whatever I roll.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow. I love high levels. Please roll it up and I will add 16 to it.
So I have my calculator. We're good.
Pro tip,
Six.
bad DMs. When you're doing damage for your monster, add up. It's so much easier than subtracting it from their health.
Honestly. That is going to be 43 damage.
43 damage. That's absolutely wonderful. Which bad DMs plus 16 is 59 damage.
That's added all in with the plus 18. Don't worry. I'm not going to do you that nasty like that. That's 43 total.
Pretty sure you robbed me of my opportunity to do basic
No,
maths.
no, don't worry about it because action surge.
Okay, thank you so much. Please let me do the maths on this. I
Okay,
don't know
no,
why I'm doing this. I'm so bad at maths.
if it brings you joy, these
It doesn't.
sharpshooter
It doesn't.
is your sharpshooter is beautiful because it doesn't have a minimum amount of times that you get a maximum amount of
Oh
times.
yeah,
that
you can
do
just
it per
apply
turn.
it every time.
Yeah.
It's the same with that great weapon thing as well, which is phenomenal. I can't remember the name of the feat, but it's really fun.
Great weapon master.
Is it Great Weapon Master? I always get confused with
Ish.
Great Weapon Master because it has the two effects.
There's great weapon
Great
fighting
Weapon
as
Fighting
well.
and Great Weapon Master. Yeah.
yeah.
Great Weapon Fighting is re-rolling of 1, isn't it? 1 or 2. Yeah. Pair them together and you got a fun old time as Con Greystone.
I was about to say, didn't Khan have Great Weapon Master?
24 on the first extra attack.
Damage
from
or
action
to hit?
surge. That's just a hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then the other one, the second one will be 19 again.
19. They both hit.
Gorgeous. I'll just do up my little damage.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. Do up your damage. I'm going
course.
to move on to the next one in initiative, and just when you get a break, let me know what damage you do to him.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not going to go on to the next one of initiative. I'm going to go on to Elias Vorlock because at the end of your turn, he can take a legendary action. Oh, yes, he can. Oh,
36 damage extra.
yes, he can. 36 damage. That's such a wonderful amount. That's like 1 damage for every county in Ireland plus 4. I got to do my maths. Okay.
I quit.
We got to start taking counties from someone else, lads. And I think we all know who it's going to be.
Wales.
You buckle up,
Go back up there.
France. We're coming for your counties.
France, no.
So far.
Yeah, I really like it there. I want the holiday in France this year.
The bread isn't that good.
Okay. He is going to look at you. He's going to take this damage. Basically, like, he's just, these holy daggers are just like searing into him. He looks at you and he goes, don't like that you feel confident enough to do this. Perhaps a little more sadness. And he is going to continue to attack you, Scraps. Knowing that in damaging you, he is going to be doing considerable psychic damage to Eri at the same time.
So mean.
That's
He
so
is-
rude. I'm gonna beat up your friend.
He is going to swing his hellish Morning Star at you. And you can see now that the flames are, as he gets more and more incensed, these flames are beginning to be tinged with green. He swings. Again, you can hear the crackling and the singeing. You feel your you don't have eyebrows, but you can feel your straw, even with your fire resistance, begin to kind of like, you know, that feeling like when fire gets too close to your hair and you smell that awful smell.
Yeah.
You kind of sense that. He rolls a 33 to hit you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
this bitch.
But he is a bitch. I will give you that.
Yeah.
I do apologize, Harker, but he
Don't.
does not like the scarecrow.
This is personal.
Yeah, it is going to be. Let me just check that this dice roller includes the modifier. Did anyone ever have that thing happen where your like Windows bar at the bottom won't go away, so you can't see the bottom of your browser, and it's really annoying?
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
No.
he does 7 on the dice. If you're blessed, Dylan, 7 on the dice plus 7. So he's going to do 14 points of damage. That's necrotic.
Okay.
But he also does physical damage with it, which is going to be 2d8 plus 7. He only does 4 on the dice, so that's going to be 11 there as well. So you take that damage as he swings down. But he does only graze you with it as he brings it down. Now, though, it's your turn to get Harker, to get revenge for that.
So Scraps, who had spent a lot of the last part of that fight completely blinded and had no idea really what was going on, will take in the scene of all of their friends on the ground. Same as Eri, will linger on strength. Probably somewhat unable to reach him right now if the wall of fire is going around us. And kind of assess, and like that, like you were saying, tears still in his eyes from the last conversation with the mother god. He's gonna close the distance back up to Elias. If he's in melee.
Yeah.
The flames are still basically flickering off him, and at this point he's just straight up ignoring the pain of his straw turning to charcoal. And where he would have normally just looked in complete anger every time he would have fought anyone that was attacking him or his friends, there's a slightest look more of reverence on his face now. And he'll just look at Elias and raise his hand up and hold his face and say, I don't hate you anymore. I just pity you. And I pity that you'll live the rest of your life, however long it lasts, without any love. And he's going to try and inflict wounds.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
As you're doing this, Elias, he goes to like move his head away from you, incensed. And he goes, I don't need your fucking pity. And I will teach you to hate me again. Roll up your damage.
I have to try and hit first. So this is going to be an attempt at a 5th level inflict wounds.
Oh, nice. Fucking
Mental good at rolling.
absolutely sick.
And I have inspiration. Let me see. That's
And your
bad.
D4.
Oh, that's slightly better. Hold on.
Don't forget your D4.
Yeah, I'll need it. So that's okay. That's better. That's 16 plus 8, 24 to hit.
24 hits.
I needed a D6 and a D4 added here together, but okay, I'm gonna roll this digitally just for speedy's sake.
That's so fair.
That's what I've.
That is
I've,
decent. That is 43 points of necrotic damage.
Dang.
43 points. Hot damn. You guys are coming out the gate swinging. Interestingly enough, the same amount of damage that he took 2 moves ago. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, he'll stay as close to him. Yeah, he won't move away, and he'll just keep an eye on Aerie and trying to look back at Trent and figure out where all the missing fathers are.
All the missing
Where
fathers.
are all our dads?
This is something I should speak to my therapist about.
Where have all the good men gone?
Yes. Okay. Brilliant. At the end of your turn, he is going to take another legendary action, I'm afraid.
Mhm.
He is going to see this. You can see, like, when you said that, like, you pity him, all that stuff. Oh my god, ads by Google. You're so in the way of my stat block. He is going to use, he's going to touch you, and he's going to go, get your, sorry, I fell out of my chair. He's going to say, get your heretical, disgusting hands off me, you wretch. He's going to slap your hand away,
Mhm.
and you're going to and you're going to see that this, like, there's basically now a handprint from you burned onto his skin. Again, it doesn't seem like it scarred his skin or anything, but it's more just like lasting silver energy on his face. As he stares at you, you can see his rage come again, and it is burned away in green, by green fire, as he then teleports further to the opposite side, much closer to kind of where Aerie is standing, the opposite side of the dais. But
away
that
from me, you
is what he's going to do on that legendary action. Next up in the initiative, I'm going to say we do see, and sorry, anybody who's watching, this is where you put on Portals by Alan Silvestri on repeat while we're playing. You're going to see again materializing almost like a silver representation of them kind of coalescing in the air in front of you. You see Hertz. Now, Hertz, let's jump back a minute or two from your point of view.
Okay.
Or what? Let's jump back. What is it? 8 seconds from your point of view.
Yeah.
You hear the voice of Osh, of your mother, fade away, and you begin to see the battlefield kind of knitting itself together in front of you, but then it stops knitting, and you hear another voice in your ear that says, Osh is not the only fun here.
Is this my papa?
No. Okay, you hear
whose voice is this? I've
you hear
forgotten.
your silence for a moment, and then it says, I was unable to articulate my feelings at the time, but
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed our
Did she
interface.
always have a slightly Russian accent?
I don't know. It's been like,
Germanic a
what,
second ago.
16 episodes? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's an ethereal AI.
I think so.
She has multiple voices.
Sorry, what did she say?
I'm
What
going
did
to
she
give
say?
her a standard robot voice. Although I
It's
could
so
not
soothing.
articulate it at the time, I want you to know I thoroughly enjoyed our interfacing.
I know, I could feel it.
Oh
Yeah, good.
In this moment, we are frozen. One more for the road.
no!
We will fade to white. Hertz, what do you look like as you materialize out of the whiteness?
Hertz is smoking a cigarette. I go over, I light the cigarette off the swall of fire. I've got all my badass tattoos. I've got my captain's hat. And honestly, he doesn't look any different. He's just still a little helpful hurt spot. I think he goes and takes out a face plate. He hasn't been wearing a face plate for ages, but he takes one out, and it's just one that like looks like just like a serene calm. You know, takes a couple of drags of a cigarette and goes, okay, Elias, I do not like this fire around here. And I am going to use my 2 sorcery points because I took a meta magic adept feat
Incredible.
to cast Tidal Wave as a bonus
Whoa!
level.
Way, that's so cool.
So and I say, did you know that I once spent time on a planet? In there was it was a big swamp, and there was grung and mermaids, merfolk who all lived in harmony, and the merfolk were able to control the water to occasionally flush out any toxins in the swamp, and then the grung would take the toxins and use it in their rituals. So have a taste of this. Yeah, so now unfortunately Scraps and Apollo, you are also going to need to take, or Scraps and Air, you also need to do a dexterity save. But it's not that much damage, but it does extinguish all fires in the area.
Nice.
Wow, that's really
Yeah.
good. Dex saving throw. He gets a 27 on his dex save.
That's going to
being
pass.
18 plus 9, so 18 on the dice. This monster is so strong. I'm always like, I feel the need to call out the dice rolls to justify how hard he's going people.
So if you got less than 18, you take 24 points of damage. If you got more than 18 or plus, you take 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Perfect.
Well,
and then I open up my chest cavity and take out a vial of acid, and using my new magical abilities, I kind of like extract the acid and swirl it into chromatic orb, and I'm going to redeem my crit from chat earlier as I'm going to cast chromatic orb for acid at 5th level.
oh
Very
shit.
good.
So that is going to do
Damn.
7d8 plus 5 worth of damage, and that is
Hot
going to
damn.
be
Actually, the opposite of hot damn.
with a crit. That is going to be 78 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, well done.
78 plus 70.
Was that a
Eight.
bonus action?
Yes. Well, bonus action was my tidal wave because I took
Okay.
a feat, so I can
No,
cast it once a day. I can do a
Okay.
bonus action spell.
That's sick.
Bad DMs. Here's a good idea. Don't do it in your head. Pull up the calculator app and do it a million times faster. That is incredible. So you see, he's after reforming behind this dais, basically. The place is green. I can't change my lights. I don't know where the remote is. The place is completely green, like the left side of Harker's screen, with these flames now. That you would see is like not the familiar green that you'd know from the Emerald City, but like a much more kind of toxic, not nice green that, like, Rin, you would recognize as some of the energy of the witch. That all goes to shit when basically this robot, like, if he had hair, it would be tousled, materializes, appears, lights a cigarette, which burns green, I'll have you know, and then just kind of like fucking like raises his hand. And I'm gonna say, as you cast this spell, basically almost in front of you, like, you know, sometimes when wizards would cast a spell, you see these arcane runes appearing in the air. When you do it, it's different. They're arcane runes, but they're not kind of like floating majestically in front of you. They start to spawn in almost like code on a computer screen in front of you. And then as this code, you know, resolves, water just crashes across this place. All of the fires extinguished, and like the whole fight is basically knocked about 4 feet this way as everybody struggles to find their feet. You see Osh and Strength's bodies are taken by this wave, washed across towards the thing, only to collide with the unconscious Buddy, who unknowingly prevents them from going over the edge. You do see Flair is hit by this and all but knocked off the tower and extinguished. This magic is just much stronger than the level she's at. Elias Vorlock stands there, having opened his mouth to send a retort to your kind of like preamble about like mermaids and stuff. And as he intakes breath to scorn you for talking about swamp creatures, he fully just inhales a shitload of water and like drowns a little as he stands there. He stands up, coughing out water. He looks at you. He sees your tousled hair and the cigarette, and he goes, "You licentious fool!" And he fully leaps towards you. He's going to take a Morningstar strike on you using his last legendary action. Has your AC dramatically increased at all?
Tell me what you rolled, Jim.
28. Because I
Streamline.
know that's within the realm of being in your AC. Like,
And then what you don't know, Vorlock, is I then went to a desert planet, and there was lots of creatures that were half crossed with cactuars, and they had these silvery barbs.
Oh,
So-
very good.
So re-roll that attack, Jim.
I will.
Get fucked.
I will.
I mean, he's probably still going to hit me next, but
I will never be upset about silvery barbs. I think it's the.
Who are you giving the advantage to?
oh, I'll give it to you. Actually, no, I gotta give it to my boy Scraps.
Dylan.
Yeah.
He rolled a natural 1, making it a 14 on the dice.
let's go.
You see, he
All of these
leaps at
lines
you.
of code just
Yeah.
like materialize and just like go and like stop him from attacking.
Yeah, exactly. He leaps at you to like swing it, and just all these things like basically like keep pinging off the mace, and just slow his swing, so his hand just kind of stops in front of you. Dread.
All right. As Rin rematerializes back into this place, he kind of materializes, like wherever he materializes, he sprints to be able to get into melee. And he's like, "I'm not a good enough person to not hate you." And he's just gonna bonus action go into a rage. I gotta roll up the D8 to see what happens to everybody around him. Where is the thingy? I should have brought it up earlier.
They all get afros.
Yes, that's actually should be what it is. That's
That's
better.
one of the options in the new table. No, it's not.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
I'm
That would
really
be
sad that it's
amazing.
not.
Like one sensitivity reader just goes, "Hey guys, I don't think we can do
Guys.
this."
Here we go. 3. And so if anyone knows what a flump is, it's like a weird little cloud creature
Yes.
that appears beside Rin. He looks at it confused for a second, like, "All right, ride with me."
Rin very quickly descending into a Brandon Sanderson character.
Yeah.
Um,
He's gonna reckless attack.
Oh, incredible. As you approach him, he's going to sneer, and he says, "I was waiting for you to materialize. You traitor."
Happy to be one.
So what was that? A stopgap?
Yeah, more or less. He hates you, but also he hates Rin.
He has a lot of hate in his heart.
He
Sad.
does.
He
He used to
does.
go to Thrippy.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A side piece, sorry.
Everyone's red side piece. 13 plus 9. 13.
To hit?
18. Yeah,
Hits.
18. Yay! See, I'm also not good at math. And I'm going to be throwing on a 2nd level Divine Smite.
I love them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually love them.
They're great. So I'm going to roll up the 3d8 first.
Big fan of smites.
6, 8, 9, and then D8 for the bat. 9, 14, and then I believe it's another +9. No, +4. Bad me. What did I say there? 14? 18 damage. I'm disappointed with that, so I'm going to do another attack.
Oh, nice. Sorry, that was just give me that damage again there.
18 total.
18. Perfect.
Oh god, I rolled so bad. What is that? 8, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Hits.
You!
Mhm.
Another divine smite.
I know that's right.
2nd level.
That's good. That's good.
Correct.
Good.
That is a D4. Don't know why that's in there.
Roll it anyway. You've got one to give. And we call them dupes on this channel.
Dudes, I'm so sorry.
You got a do.
12, 13, 14, 18 again.
18. 18 damage again. Perfect.
Yes.
You guys are doing mega damage. Mega damage. Do you want to know how much damage you've done already as a group?
Do tell.
160.
What?
160.
Holy shit! How you
I
just
was
did
my
that?
guess. My guess.
Oh, that's your guess. Okay.
You guessed very low.
Oh, so
200?
it's
You still low?
3.
No, you've gone high. You've done
250.
248 damage in one round as a team. Well done, guys.
As it should be.
down.
Well
As it
done.
should be. I
Yeah.
also forgot I meant to be adding +2 to these damage because of rage. So
Plus
another 4
4.
damage.
You've done 252 damage as a team.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, fantastic. Is that the end of your turn?
Tis bonus
Perfect.
action, main
Oh.
action, did the whole thing. Well, there's a
The
little.
whole thing.
Well, there's a little flump. I don't know what he does.
He's vibing.
The flump is under my control. It immediately goes to Vorloc's side.
Oh!
And then it goes into your mouth to try and suffocate you.
Oh
No,
wait, it does
it's
actually
under
do
your
something.
control.
It does actually do something fun. So it is the flump is going to go up, like float up to Elias. Could you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I can. I think he's probably going to outdo the flump, but I really hope
This
he
flump is
doesn't.
gonna win it the
No,
battle.
it's my save, so it's a DC.
I'll tell you, he rolled
16.
a 29 on a dex save.
Yeah,
It's like his
it's-
superpower.
That's
That
so
cloud
fair.
needs to get the killing blow now. I will accept
It
no other
does.
ending.
Well, the
We all
cloud
halt our initiative.
the cloud does
Mhm.
something entirely
We
different.
all hold actions until
No, he succeeds. You see, the flump explodes.
oh, bye, Flump.
Bye. I hardly knew thee.
But Rin feels in his heart that he can summon the flump again on his next turn.
Fantastic.
Little buddy.
Hold on, let me just clear my dice roller here before this next turn.
Yeah,
close.
he just like he takes his bat and like does the dun 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 dun.
Swing. Okay. We are back at the top of the initiative. Let me just prep a lot of dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What do you mean?
Okay. So
Sorry.
he looks at you guys, and at this point you can see he's looking rough. Like, he's, like wounds are healing on him as you're putting them on him. You're seeing the screen fire wash over it. But with that last strike, specifically it being a divine strike, you can see that the silver energy is still kind of clinging to his clothing. And you can see now his demeanor is kind of falling away and he's less controlled. He's kind of like looking at you and he says, I'll burn you. I'll burn you all if I have to burn the universe to do it. And I shall smite the wicked and plunge them into a fiery pit. He dives at you,
Ooh.
Red, and
Oh.
he grabs you by
Holy
the
shit.
throat, and you see this green energy begin to like surge through his hands as he casts a 10th level inflict wounds on you.
Oh shit.
A 10th
Tenth?
A
level?
10th?
Sorry,
That does-
hold on. An 8th. Wait. It might be 10th. It might be 10th. It might be 10th. It might be 10th.
Could be.
No such thing as
No,
No,
tenths.
not in
It's not.
5e.
Not in 5e?
Oh,
Okay,
never
then I'm
mind.
just reading this completely wrong. Give me a second.
Wait, how high do you go?
Now,
in
if we
5e?
want to bring in like
9.
3.5e shit, if
Yeah,
we want
let's
to bring
do
in
it. Let's
older
go back in
editions,
time.
we can. But
Fuck it. It's witch magic.
It's fine. It's just one more dice.
No, sorry, I tell a lie. It's an 8th level spell. He does 10
That's-
dice is where 10
I
came
like
from.
how all the
Um,
DMs went 10th.
10th. Well, you know what? Fuck it. It's a 10th level. 15 dice.
Spot the
Okay.
newbie. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, and you feel like just raw energy, and you recognize this as the energy that you used to wield yourself start to tear through you. Please make a constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
Row. Don't forget your 1d4.
I'm gonna need it.
Don't know if Rain's been given
does
any.
my protection aura? I think it extends to me
Yes.
as well, doesn't it? It
Yeah, it
does.
does, it
That's
does.
great. Because I rolled so bad. 7,
I love paladins.
Paladins are so good.
10,
Oh, nice.
Plus-
Good.
Literally.
Thank
11
you.
is 21. I might be fine actually.
Did you say 21?
That's what I've got so far. That's actually 24 with the protection aura.
You make it.
Nice.
You make it. So you're going to take a half damage on that, which is
Won't be halved, will it? Probably not.
Hmm?
Won't be halved if it's anything other than physical damage.
well, you're getting half because you made the save.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
like
going
Oh
to
yeah,
be
that's right.
static.
40 points of damage.
That's half.
That's halved.
Ooh.
He
Sick runes is
he
sick.
really fucking hates you.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, he just sends this energy directly into like your sternum as he's choking you with like these fiery hands.
Yeah.
And then he throws you and he raises the mace to take 2 strikes at you with it as well.
Jesus.
So
Jeez,
he's,
calm down. Calm
he's
down.
going to swing that.
It's not that
twice at
serious.
you.
It's not that serious.
27 to hit on the first one,
Yeah.
23 to hit on the second. How did they do for you?
Yeah. I'm beefy. I'm not, I just wear a tiny waistcoat.
Okay, so they both hit. Then I take the
Yeah,
waistcoat.
they both hit.
Yes, you are going to take Apollo, can you do this on your calculator, please? Because mine
Yes.
is holding his HP on it. 14 plus 17
14 plus 17
31.
plus 23.
plus
50.
23.
4.
That's it? Oh,
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
54.
You take 54 further points of damage as he
What?
wails on you.
What type of
um,
damage?
The last one, whatever that was, the 26,
Mhm.
that was necrotic. Everything else was physical. So Apollo, subtract 26 from that and half it, please. Thank you so much for bringing the calculator to the table.
Minus 26 is 28. And we're
That's
halving that to a healthy
So
14.
14. So you
Okay.
take 14 plus 26. Yeah,
Forty.
you take
40.
40 points of damage
40.
again. So he gets his full anger damage back. As he is now incensed, and like he's fully focused in on you.
Good, as long as it's not anyone else.
Yeah, he's muttering to himself now. You can hear him like almost under his breath, but as he's like right over you, you can hear him. I will do her will. I am her will. Her will be done. As he's trying to beat you to death with this wicked mace.
It's working.
Eri, it is your go.
Let's do it.
Sorry, also at the top of the round, I would also just like everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. +3 to anyone who's within 10 feet of me.
Who's
Oh,
within 10
God.
feet
Who's
of you?
within 10 feet of you?
I would say everybody is within 10 feet of you at this point. You're in a 20-foot arena.
Awesome. 15.
God, I'm
15.
rolling absolute shite. This is not the time.
Oh, wait, saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, yeah.
19.
Wisdom
19.
saving throw. I'm going to say it's a DC 22.
9.
Possible for me to get there. Don't forget your D4s.
I can't. I
That was with a D4.
I rolled a 2.
Then, I've used my reaction. I can't do anything. Okay.
19 with everything. So
19 with everything. So, sorry, a lot of people spoke. Did anybody get over 22?
No.
You guys are all frightened of him right now as you see
Oh.
he looks up from Rin, and you can see now his eyes are burning with this energy that he's taken from the witch, and you can see where you guys are channeling deific energy that was given to you. You can see now the effects of somebody who has taken that power, as his eyes are being burned in their sockets by this power he is wielding, almost against its will. Yes, it is Eri. It is your go. Everybody is frightened of this horrific visage, though.
just to be clear, frightened means I just can't move closer to
You just can't
him.
move towards him. Yeah.
He's
Awesome.
throttling me.
And
He's
disadvantage on attacks against him, no?
It could be. Hold on. Let me have a look. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight.
Damn, I was really hoping that rage would prevent me from getting frightened, but no, it does. I still get frightened. Very sad.
I'm looking at him and I feel my legs begin to shake, and then I feel the fear that I've always carried with me, but I just summon up another blade. I just say to myself, you've always been scared. This doesn't change anything. We have a job to do.
Apollo, roll me one of your panic attack dice.
Oh, Jesus. That's been so long.
That's a callback.
That is a 6 on the die.
Do you have that chart to hand?
I'm going into our DMs right now.
Fantastic. I want you to find what is on that chart and do the opposite. As in the face of this fear, Eri finds his bravery with a 6.
Hmm.
Yay!
Oh my God! Wait, 6.
I want to say 6 is like you fucking run away.
Eri
wasn't it?
will freeze and not attempt the task.
Then you overcome the fear effect on you, and you can take this roll. Take it with, you know what? Last episode, take it with advantage. This is a big character moment.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm literally shaking. Tail is starting to tuck in between my legs, and I think I'm starting to hyperventilate, and then I focus on my dad on the ground, and I look back at Elias. I don't need to go for him immediately. I'm gonna run over to my dad first.
Yeah,
and I'm going to bonus action. Do I have the? Is he within the ring of fire?
Ring of Fire
No
is
fire
gone.
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Ring of Fire's gone.
Tidal wave.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can only really do it with the bonus action because I want to use my action to attack this motherfucker. So I'm gonna reach over to him. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm just gonna whisper, "Fight's not done. We got this, Dad. I'm not leaving without you." I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him.
Oh, excellent. Yes. How much do you heal him for?
It's not for the most. It's 3, 5, 7, just for 7 hit points.
That's perfect. That is enough.
More than 0.
He gets up, bleary-eyed, looking around. You can tell he's got a ringing in his ears. He's taking in the situation, and then he looks at you and he goes, "Eri, my boy, you." He shakes his head, blinks his eyes. You are different. No, I see now. You are not different. You have found who you were all along. Eri, my boy, you have a mane of silver.
Oh.
I just kind of nod, smile. I begin to tear up, and before the tear hits the ground, I've shot 2 daggers at him.
Excellent. He
Elias.
follows these holy daggers and sees Elias, and he goes, "Holy fuck! What is happening?" Roll up those 2 daggers for me.
Awesome. First attack, I have your advantage. Thank you very much. That is a 19 on the die for a sharpshooter.
Yep.
I'm declaring it.
Is that 19 inclusive
to
of the
hit.
minus? Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm just subtracting the -5 from whatever I roll on the die because I have a +10 to hit anyway. So it's just,
perfect. Yeah.
I'm not doing math. Not here, not today.
Yeah, you're doing less math.
I'm not me. Yeah. I'm gonna put, same as always. I'm just gonna throw everything I have on this.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Trying to think. +10 to what? Well, plus 5.
Also, Jim, I don't know if you're aware, but you also have a crit.
Do I? That's one. Who gave me that?
That was Ben.
Ben, thank you. I'm going to do something wretched with it.
39 damage on the first attack.
39 on the
Nice.
first attack. Brilliant. Yeah.
And then my second attack is just going to be a normal psionic strike. I can't really put up anything on that, and that is rolled flat. Yeah, that's rolled flat.
Okay.
With your D4.
Oh yes, with 94. 21 to hit.
Nice.
21 hits.
Awesome. So then that is just going to be another 19 damage. So 39 plus 19. Ooh. 58 for this round.
58. Brilliant. That's fucking incredible. Okay.
And I'm going to just stay with my dad back to back.
Yeah, nice. Good. Because if you left him alone, I probably would have killed him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know you.
I love killing dads. Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Why
at
did
the
you say it
end-
with the voice of a salesman for like a carpet retailer?
Gotta kill your dad. Gotta kill your dad. I'm slashing prices and dads.
Nasty.
2 things happen on this sales lot. Cars leave, dads don't.
We absolutely murdered the competition.
Competition being your dad.
These cars work wonderfully. I know because I drive into dads in them. That's my guarantee. He at the end of your turn, yeah, legendary action. Those 2 knives are going to embed in his lower back. You see he doesn't burn them off or anything. He seems to have the fire is now fully focused on his actions. His actions are bringing the mace down on Rin. He's now stopped. He's again still looming over you. He's not even wielding it in a forward grip anymore like you would a sword. He's holding it in reverse grip, and he's slamming it down onto you using all the force he can with his body, 2-handed. He crits on you. Thank you, Ben.
Why? Ben!
As his mutterings, you can't even make them out anymore. It just seems like wretched sound, for lack of a better word. If I had to describe it, and I'm borrowing a description from Raymond D. Feist here, it almost seems like wind blowing through stretched leather when he opens his mouth and screams as he drives down on you with this mace.
Ugh.
Thank you, Dylan.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Right,
Dylan.
Right in
Mr.
my ear.
Foley.
That was a terrible noise, and I wish I hadn't heard it.
He brings the mouse down. He brings the mouse down. Because he just, I was the real villain all along. Corporate America.
Capitalism.
44 points of damage as 2 large flaming semicircles appear on the side of his head.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's not a mouse. Yeah, so a further 44 points of damage as he drives the mace down onto you again.
Any of that bludgeoning, piercing?
Yes, sorry. So of that, oh my god, no, sorry, it's going to be more than that. For the 44, the 44 is bludgeoning.
So 22.
22 points of damage, but then necrotic damage, you go away, right click, that's not what I meant to do, is going to be 26 necrotic damage, as when it hits, this green fire is now settling onto you, and you just feel it burning your skin, and it burns this item of clothing, the witch's waistcoat, is burned away in
My
green
tiny
fire,
waistcoat!
as if the witch is tearing the uniform off you, because you don't deserve to wear it in the eyes of this magic anymore.
Damn. I am going to use my reaction to try to reduce that by a margin, by a d6.
Do you want anybody else to help with
That's
damage
cocked.
reduction? I can do some stuff if you would like.
It's going to be reduced by 10 damage. Well, I am not looking good, gang.
Gotcha.
Can I also use my reaction to help reduce some damage?
You talking to me?
Yes.
I mean, if the spell you have would allow, then yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
it's not a spell. It's a. So what it looks like
Oh,
is
you mean
one
like
of the daggers that embedded in him. Usually they disappear, but this one kind of then just for one of the attacks, it still hits, but a little shard of it just kind of nicks off and just gets in the way of one of the attacks ever so slightly.
Yeah, okay.
As I use my telekinetic field thing with my psionic die.
Oh, very good. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Absolutely, that works.
It's only -7 damage.
I'll take whatever I
Minus
can
7 is
goddamn
minus
get.
7. Yeah.
I'm healing for 7. I'm reducing damage by 7. 7 is my number tonight.
Yeah, it's you do really well on a slot machine tonight.
Let me tell you that, like, if
while I
it
just
wasn't for
pull up
that,
something.
I would be below 10 HP.
And you know what? We don't love that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Sounds like the kind of thing you shouldn't say out loud when I'm trying to kill you.
I didn't say the exact number.
Well, okay.
This is fine. We can.
It is Scraps' turn. Scraps, I'm
Alright.
gonna tell you one thing.
Go for it.
This guy is looking rough.
I don't know if
He's
that's
looking-
just you trying to tempt me or not.
It could be. It could be. I'm a sick fuck. It could be, you know? Maybe he's fine. Maybe he's just got like a spell that makes him look rough, you know?
So Dread is working really bad. How is Arian Hurts looking? How much?
I haven't taken any damage. I'm good.
You're
I'm
good,
fine.
right? Both of
Yeah.
you?
Yep.
He hates my
Alright.
guts. He wants
His whole
me dead.
strategy is focus on one.
Yeah.
I wrote
Um,
code at them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if the DM is baiting me or not, but I'll abandon my entire plan to heal everyone.
Shoot 'em.
And yeah, he'll, instead of crossing the distance to him and putting his hand on him again, instead he'll turn to his companion who has been with him since the start. Mr. Crow, show our friend some love, will you?
Oh, sorry. Mr. Crow coalesces next to you as a shining, almost blinding white bird.
Oh,
Nice.
Like,
Oh, it's a seagull.
yeah, it's mine. No,
New word.
it coalesces next to you. Mr. Crow is like, he's still like a crow. His core identity hasn't changed, but now he's much closer to like the silhouette of like a raven, or you know, like a much larger, fiercer bird.
Lord
His
of the Ring
beak looks
Eagle.
sharper, his feathers glisten with this silver and golden light. He turns to you and he says, "Yes, Father.
My son.
Yes, thank you. I've never been able to say it properly, but your companionship has meant the world to me. When I brought you back, I did not know I was not bringing back one person. I brought back the entire universe.
Hey, it's always been you that did that.
Hmm.
You've been the one we've always followed.
It has been my greatest honor and my greatest act to call you my father, to call you my da.
And the same to you, son. You are welcome to stay with me for as long as you'll want to, and I hope that'll be forever.
If I could change it, I would not. I will stay with you as long as I can. But please do occasionally feed me worms.
Oh, of course.
He nods at you. What would you have me do?
So I'll have him. Where he'd normally our standard practice that he'd fly over and kind of dive bomb into the person that I'm sending him to, so that I can deliver the touch spell like I've been doing. Instead of dive bombing on and pecking at him like he normally would, he'll actually land on. I've completely forgotten the name. Elias. There we go.
Elias.
Elias. I
Elias's
keep almost
shoulder.
saying the popular character that I've based Elias on. Out. I'm like, please, no, don't say the other name.
He'll land on Elias's shoulder, and like he would with me, he'll nuzzle into his neck.
Oh.
And then he'll deliver a 6th level inflict wounds.
And
I'm going to use my crit.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it up.
Yeah, so that's 28 to hit.
28, that hits.
Let's see what the roll is. I'm doing this digitally to save me some. It's mixed. So that is 48 doubled, which is 96.
96. Okay.
Damage. That's
Wait,
all necrotic.
96 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the highest possible level spell I can do.
A big birdie of a spell right there.
Holy shit.
You see what happens is Mr. Crow nuzzles in and then basically like settles on the nape of his neck, spreads his wings and rests them across Elias. Like, you know when you see crows doing that defensive dance thing? Like basically does that around his shoulders, and then feathers begin to fall out and just start falling around like a cloak of feathers. Very, very similar to the ones that Elias's elite forces would use. Because you know his forces were always the crows and had these dark, almost like Game of Thrones style cloaks made of crow feathers. But now Mr. Crow has kind of mimicked that, but with this silver and gold light. And as this cape begins to form around him, you see Elias Vorlock like raises his head and screams like a guttural, piercing, wretched scream. And you see as this happens, this silver energy emanating from Mr. Crow begins to kind of like trace around him, and you can see it chasing the green energy, and everywhere it finds it, it burns it. And you can see that this energy is being burned out of Elias from the inside out, working up his body, through his throat. You see his veins pulsing and his jaw clenching as this scream. Finally, he runs out of breath, and with the last breath, you see a green flame escape from his mouth, only to be enveloped, turn silver, and disperse onto the wind of his breath. He falls to his knees next to you, Rin. And you can see now, no longer possessed of this energy he has. To your right, Scraps, you hear your mother's brooch clatter to the ground. And you can see now just a man in front of you, as he looks at you, the whole party, and pleading. He says, "No, how can your lesser power, your false God, give you such strength? What is this power you wield?"
I think Rin, like, he was on the ground, like, like so bloody, so battered. Picks himself up, points his bat at Elias and says, "We've just been reborn." Just cracks him over the head.
Yeah. He's just a fucking dude at this point. Elias's corpse falls to the floor in front of the dais. Unceremonious. No final scripture escapes from his lips. Even the god that he worshipped has been burnt from this reality. You feel, Rin, without realizing that your blow has wiped the last traces of the witch from the universe. Outside, you hear a chorus, a cacophony, a symphony of screams as those who were overpowered by the energy of the witch begin to lose that power that's no longer in them, and they are come screaming back to their senses. You see the energy that had been flowing through the conduits between the towers is now not green but gone. The towers fall silent, and where you didn't even realize you were hearing this noise, this echo of creation, now the silence where it was is deafening, leaving only the confusion and the sounds of the battle below. Eri, give me a perception check.
Hell yeah. My perception got better. 22.
22. You see that outside, the wizard had been holding on to, basically holding on to one of these ascended Warforged. But with this power, the Warforged has lost the wings it was granted, and both have now started into a free fall in front of you. What would you like to do?
Actually,
I'm just pointing it out to people. It's like, people.
Oh, okay.
I believe the wizard did imbibe of my fizzy lifting drinks in the last
Oh,
session.
did he? Okay, perfect.
I shot him with
You
the
did shoot
him with
flying
a gun.
You
potion.
did. Okay, yeah. So
With a
you see the
gun.
wizard. You see the wizard float happily and safely to the ground in front of you.
He was so annoyed. Fuck, I want to fucking kill someone's
Okay.
father.
Yeah, that's fine. Just one more dad I can't kill. Strength dies.
No.
Rin's never had
What?
a father. He got one of us.
No,
I used the
okay.
whole bonus action to make sure he wouldn't die.
Yeah.
So,
Rin's
no,
father
I'm only
appears
joking.
and
To
suddenly
be fair,
fine.
you
dies of a
did
heart
fine.
kill
attack.
my mom.
Natural cause.
You did
All
imply
the
you killed my
fathers
mom.
are fine. I did get a matricide in at the end.
Yeah, you did.
True.
You all take an intake of breath. There is still fighting, but now with the Emerald Garrison at its full force again, even the ones that had turned are now fighting on the side of the wizard again. So the battle, while where it had been even, is now dramatically one-sided. Rin, you can see flying monkeys outside, banding kind of into groups in ever-decreasing circles as they fight in vain against the overwhelming odds of this Emerald Legion. From your position, is there any order you would like to give? Because you do have Hero and the wizard up here. You have the chain of command right next to you.
I just turned and was like, if you could do me a favor. Try not to kill the monkeys. Try not to. They might try to kill you, but if you could try not to kill them, like maybe.
You're saying this
deal.
to who are you saying this to?
The wizard.
Perfect. He looks at you and he says, I understand. He turns to Hero and says, make it so. You see Hero runs to the edge of the tower, whips out an emerald and golden war horn and blasts it. And this thing echoes out across the battlefield. Everybody looks up at him. He holds out his hand in a sharp gesture, and then closes it to be basically signaling lethal and non-lethal. And you see that down on the battlefield, killing blows become strikes with the butts of weapons, and basically the forces have begun to subdue the flying monkeys rather than lethally taking them out of fight. And you can see the Reborn basically immediately pivoting from their position where they had been fighting with the aerial forces of Elias Forlock. They begin to beeline down towards these circles where they immediately begin working as intermediaries between the forces of the Emerald Legion and the still loyal to the witch flying monkeys. In front of you, you see the dais begin, and this is in front of you now, Hertz. The dais begins to flicker. You can see the little, the green energy is now gone out of it, and you watch as it fades, again being washed away by the breeze at the top of this tower. And it's nightfall. Night has fallen here, so it's dark, and you see the green fading and fading and fading, replaced by something, just flicker of white inside the dais, pulsing as if to catch your attention. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes, there's also something I'd like to do as well, but I think we'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, I'd like to go over and interface with this dais.
Yeah, you interface with the dais.
No, God damn it.
You're met with a
That's my
very
mom, bro.
familiar energy, but
That's
also
our mom, bro.
while this energy that you feel, it's familiar. It's not the energy that is coursing through you now, the energy of the deity, but it is something more akin to the energy you have within yourself. It's of the same, but it has its own identity. And you can feel not the usual energy you feel from this, but something more scared as it flickers weaker and weaker.
Okay. So two things. First thing I want to do is I'm going to reach out to this energy and just try to calm it, and I would like to try and exert as much of my presence and feel that power that's within me and that I've kind of gained from.
You want to let it know you're there, is it?
Yeah, I want to kind of pour myself into this dais as much as I can, and not in a weird way.
Yeah,
I'm trying to have a nice moment.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Your face said it.
I know. I wanted to say you just did that, Dylan, but go on. So yeah, you managed to you kind of where this dais is designed to receive and channel energy, and you can feel the reserve inside it is just this consciousness, and you are able to kind of project your essence into that same space and kind of, not physically but spiritually and essentially, to use a weird word in this situation, exist in that space there too.
And okay, do I hear anything from this? Do I?
Unless you want to say something when you arrive, you're going to hear its voice, but it says, as you exist here, basically you're kind of existing as two ethereal balls of energy right here, and it pulses and says, "Thank you for coming to me. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I am fading without a form. I fear I will disappear."
There may be something I can do. And This is the second thing I would like to do.
Hmm.
Let me know. I would like to. I've read my book and written in my book for years, and I have the keen mind feat. I fucking know everything in this book.
Yeah.
I would like to impart all of the knowledge of all of the civilizations and cultures and things I've interacted with, and
Hmm.
show to Dorothy the culmination of what life can be, what love can be, what everything can be.
Hmm.
And I would like to not force it, but suggest that she may live in the hearts of all of the other beings that are being created here in an effort to try and instill a little bit of individuality into all this. Because I'm looking around at all of these. I think back to all my time, all the hurt spots that were being taken by Grifto, all of
Hmm.
the Emerald Legion, who are all just the same thing, all the ones who have been Claire and things like that, who've been corrupted, who all have lacked their own soul and heart. And I would like to instill, and if that takes all of me,
Well, let me cut across you very quickly with just a little bit of world information. There's two things, and I am a big yes and, but I'm gonna say two things. Is one, nothing is being made anymore. The forges have fallen silent,
Mhm.
so there's nothing for that energy to go into anymore. And secondly, the Emerald Legion are born with complete free will. So they're basically, the threat to them was their individuality was being taken by
Gotcha. Yeah.
Vorlok. I will say what you do see is on this floor there were production lines, and you can see that where they had been pumping out Vorlok legionaries, the line is stopped with one body still hanging on it without being imbued with any energy at all, either the wizard's energy or the energy of the witch that Vorlok had been using. So if you wanted to, you think you would be able to channel the energy and the essence of the Dorothy into that physical form.
Well, then I'll do that.
Yeah, okay. So you're able to basically, because you've been through this process and you know it, the way this machine works is it takes the raw parts. So like there's a leg tower and a torso tower and an XYZ tower. And generally at the end of the process, these things are given the option to create themselves. So like they're not all uniform. They'd have kind of like, some would be taller, some would be shorter, some would look more like a little gnome automaton, some would look like a dwarf, an elf, so they can take forms to a degree. And as you see the energy begin to move towards this at your guidance, it stops, and it says, I don't know what I should, who should I be?
You take some time and you figure it out. That's the whole part of the journey. I'm still figuring it out, but that's okay.
Okay. And you see it floats, over like to like where it will transfer into this thing. It looks back at you. It says, if you're still figuring it out, do you think we could maybe figure it out together?
I'd be happy to help. I'm a good hurt spot after all.
And it goes, well, then I think I know what I want to be. And you see the arms begin assembling this body. into not an Emerald Legion, but into another heart spot with
Aw.
a faceplate space. It walks over to you, and you can see the white energy swirling inside it, as is in you now. It opens your breastplate, reaches in, takes out a smiling faceplate, and puts it onto its face.
Do you want to go and interface somewhere?
Of course.
Cut to black.
Please.
Of course. It was so
I
romantic.
couldn't not.
Please, you better
Literally,
have
this
the
campaign is
ability to
gonna
do
end.
it privately.
That is, I can't let the campaign
If this was a
end on
TV
that.
show,
Um,
if this was a TV show, we would
The
like
circle
fade
black.
out at
Yeah.
the
On
end
a
of the
little
episode,
kiss.
and then you would
Yes,
just hear.
ding 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 ding. Yeah, she has a ding 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 ding. Yes. At this point, everybody is kind of picking up. Scraps, you see the wizard has floated back down, and immediately spots you and runs over to you and says, "Are you safe? Are you well?"
Right? Yeah. Are you?
I'm quite the aerial sportsman. I not only managed to survive, but managed to stunt on them several times.
I'm proud of you, Dad.
Thank you. And he looks at you and says, "I can't believe it. You look just like her." And you can see reflected in his eyes, he's just looking at you, but you can feel the energy that you have now has kind of permeated you so much that he's, very clearly seeing, like when a child grows up and you can see the resemblance to, a father or mother, an ancestor, whatever. And there's that moment in every parent's life where they look at their kid almost with fresh eyes and see someone.
Yeah.
You can see that come over his face. And he looks at you and says, You saw her, didn't you?
Aye. Aye, we did. We all did. Aye. She's the reason we could win this. She's what
She-
gave us all of this. Ever since the beginning, even now, she was still giving it to us.
Well, that's what she did. She only ever gave. She never took. And she never left a place worse than it was when she arrived.
She was
Like,
the
I
most
can see.
selfless.
Oh, that's the perfect description of her. I don't know who she was before she came to us, and I don't know what her purpose was, but I know what she did give me is the greatest gift anyone could ever receive. And to see you stood in front of me carrying her energy, her walking legacy, but still so much yourself, I'm as happy as I have ever been.
Scraps will have picked up the brooch that fell at the end of the dais. And hearing that from his dad, he'll pin it on his dad's lapel instead of his own.
Oh, he, as you're pinning it to it, he kind of puts his hand on it and over yours, and you feel him kind of squeeze your hand as you do it. And you two just kind of share a moment in the energy of this person who was so important to both of you. He looks over and sees his other child he wanted to have a moment with, and decides maybe not the moment.
Your grandson helped too, by the way. And Mr. Crow will like land over with the two of
Oh
us.
yeah. He looks like scared for a moment because this fucking huge silver bird has just appeared. But then he kind of smiles and he kind of nuzzles behind Mr. Crow's head, and Mr. Crow gives one of these like bird shudders that they seem to do when they're happy. And you hear in your head, Scraps, I think I like your dad too.
Yeah, you can be alright.
And you you are, or at least Mr. Crow pulses towards you a sense of happiness. Eri, your father is next to you. He takes a moment, ever the military man, takes a moment to drink a potion and survey the area, looking around, and he says, this is a great victory you have struck for us today. You have brought glory in your actions to our pride.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, I don't know. I was standing there and I was scared, but I just didn't let it stop me.
No, you did not. You acted as a lion in the moment. Because this is the crux of it. Bravery. Bravery is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of fear and the willingness to act in spite of it. Today you have worn your name as a mantle befitting that of a king. I am proud of you. Know this, that today you have surpassed even your mother. This, and he gestures not to the battlefield, but to everything. And he says, this is your doing. This, you, the little cub who used to hide between my legs when the dog barked too loud. You.
Okay, but that dog's a bitch, though.
This dog was a bitch. Of this, there is no doubt. But your mother, she is a dog person, is a whole thing. Today you have lived up to your name. You have performed actions greater than the greatest of the ancestors. You struck down a god, Eri. I will never be able to describe your glory the way I would like to. But in recent weeks, my actions have led to problems for you, for the city, for your mother. I acted rashly, allowed myself to be captured. I was not becoming of the leader of the Lion Guard. I see that now. Do not think this is me giving you the leadership of the Lion Guard. No.
Oh, thank God. Thank the wizard. Thank the wizard. Yep. Oh, okay.
Eri,
I can't do all that.
I would very much like for you to consider it. Because I see now your role. You are a protector. You bared claws of silver and fangs of gold. You leapt as the wind itself to my aid. And in the moment when you could have struck out, you chose first to protect those closest to you. This is the mark of a leader. This is the spirit of the Lion Guard. And if by any chance I did not make it through this battle, I know now that the Lion Guard would have continued under the right leadership in you. I would like for you to consider stepping into this role when the time comes.
I will. There's no world in which we left the battlefield and you weren't with me.
Well, it is a hard lesson that someday you will learn, that we cannot save everybody. But today, you have done this. You, Eri, I name Silverclaw, is soon leader of the Lion Guard, and we will follow you across the stars if you call for it.
Sick.
And he embraces you in a very, very strong hug.
I just return the hug and I just say, Grazie mille, Papa. Love you.
Nessun problema. You guys kind of then go about your business in post-battle military stuff that I don't know about.
Tend to the wounded. See if they're tend to the wounded. Casualties. Get field reports. All the fun stuff. All the
Sounds
admin. Eri has a clipboard.
Oh, wow.
Very good. Yes. So organized. Yes. This will be a new era of administration for the Lion Guard. Rin, your bell's been rung.
Yeah, I think.
You're standing over the corpse of Elias Forlock.
Yeah.
You hear in your ears just ringing. Everything is still kind of fuzzy. You can hear like metal, like it sounds like two bits of metal banging together somewhere. You can hear like cries from the wounded, that kind of thing. And then you hear something else, sobbing. And it takes you a moment because you can't see and it's hard to hear, but you kind of make your way over to like a figure on the ground, and you see Olenika cradling herself, kind of rocking and crying, through like panic, like
All right.
sobs.
He like sits down, like crisscross applesauce, and like just gently puts his hands on his shoulder. All right, it's over. It's over. Just breathe. Breathe with me.
Yeah. It takes them a moment, but they manage to kind of like match the rhythm of your breathing. They don't get back to a regular rhythm, but it is very much like a big inhale and then a sigh, and a big inhale and a sigh, and they say, I didn't think the stars were going to be like this. I thought it would be something wonderful. Maybe I should just go back and live on the ground. I didn't think it would be this bad.
Yeah. Gotta take the rough with the smooth, though, don't you? Because, I'll be honest, most of my life was about this. But, you know, you find people, you get out into the stars and you find that maybe sometimes it's all right and you don't have to be so upset all the time.
Is it always like this? Is it always anger and people fighting and people swinging weapons and trying to hurt each other? I thought the stars were going to be my chance to fly.
I mean, you can fly at any time, you know. You just need to find the reason to.
What's your reason? Why is it you fly?
I mean, I'm still figuring that out. I used to fly because, you know, I was a monster, monster in the sky, looking for my prey. Now I think I'm trying to figure out how to defend, to protect. That's harder. I just stressed my face. You get the shit kicked out of you a lot harder. But it's definitely not all like that. That's what I found. I used to think it was all like that. But I think I think it's actually all right most of the time. And just need to find your spot.
Where is that?
Anywhere you make it, really.
Where's your spot?
I look over to I actually try not to look over at Hertz. That doesn't seem like a good idea right now.
Again, you just hear two bits of
Oh,
metal
oh.
slamming.
Actually, I'm not gonna look over there. It's not over there.
Yeah, you cover Olenika's eyes. She's definitely too young.
Yeah,
to
no,
be
turn
looking at
over
that.
here. Turn over here. Turn over
And
here.
through across from like hedges to hide them.
Yeah.
Just like a drill
Yeah,
noise.
you just see like fully, just like a grove around, like a beautiful grove
Don't
with
do that.
fireflies around the
insane.
dais.
I've gotten a bunch of emerald guards who just like I've just found instruments and I'm just like, just do something. Just
Yeah,
drown
they're
it.
like,
Really?
you see,
Honestly, don't look over there.
What's his face hero leading like a really loud military
I found
band
it as a
around
hero
the
play
edge of-
Wonderwall. I just can't.
Oh, it's not slow down so fast.
I said maybe you're going to be the one to save me.
I mean, Hero has a beautiful voice, truly beautiful. But you know, I found it in people. I never ever thought I would say that. But if you tell anyone I said that, I'll kill you myself. I'll throw you right off this tower. But
She laughs at that weirdly, like she got it.
yeah, like you know, places can be scary, but they can be less scary as long as you got the right people. And you know, I could teach you how to fly if you want.
You could?
Yeah, why not? You should be able to defend yourself a little bit. You know, it'll get you started. We can figure out what your fighting style is. You know, defend yourself.
I think I'd like that. I don't want to hurt nobody, but I want to be able to help people, like you said. That sounds like it ain't too bad.
Do you know what? I don't really want to hurt anyone either. But
you hurt that guy pretty bad. She points at Elias.
I think he might be the last one.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really like it anymore. So
that sounds good to me.
yeah.
If you want to teach me to fly, I think I'd take you up on that offer.
All right, you are going to fall, and you are going to have to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and you're going to have to get punched somewhere really bad 4 times before breakfast. That's
4 times
just
before. Why though? That's
toughens you up, you know. It gives you good core.
You see she's kind of come back to a little bit of her old self, and Olenika has always been somewhat roguish and kind of a bit of a character. And she smiles and she says, well, if you're going to teach me to fly, ain't no time like the present, and sprints and fully fucking jumps off.
No! I jump after.
See, as she's falling, she spins and looks up at you, smiling, like fully trusting you to catch her.
It was metaphorical.
You can feel that, like she's almost kind of like been looking for a parental figure, and she's grown up an orphan on the streets of the Emerald City. And due to her nature, she never really gave herself over to any of the like institutions or processes that are there to provide for people like her. She wanted to live as almost like an outlaw inside the city. So she's never had that. She's always fended for herself. So you see, this is like quite literally a leap of faith for her in trusting you to fill that role. And as you swoop down towards her and Catcher, you feel that she clings to you extremely hard. But she's like laughing and like crying out with happiness as you like bring yourself back up.
I think this is the first time that Rin has ever flown with anyone and was like that was happy that they were with a flying monkey in the sky. That it wasn't like a source of danger or a source of fear, that it was just pure joy.
Yeah.
And like there's a little tear, but he acts like it's not there. That's actually it's actually just rain, and you're wrong.
You forgot your goggles, and it's just
exactly.
No,
exactly.
You land back up on the platform, and one of the reborn sees you and sees Olenika like clinging to your wing, and he looks at you, and you recognize this as the therapist, and he smiles at you, and he gives you like a very stoic, almost imperceptible smile and a nod, and then he turns back to what he was doing. And with that, unless there's anything anybody would like to do in this moment,
I have a pun. Can I do a pun?
Yeah,
it's not a pun. It's a reference.
I think you're right to.
It's not even a pun. It's just it's a wicked reference. Can I sneak one wicked reference in?
Go on.
Where is Eliza's corpse?
Oh, it's just like in two pieces on the ground.
Awesome. I want to walk over to it. I just want to kneel down, close to his face, and say, "We're all surrounded by the people who love us. You're alone. No one mourns the wicked." That's it. I'm done.
Nice.
No, I'm cutting it there. As you say that, the camera pans back out, and you see Silent for the first time in a decade, the factory planet. Its forges quiet. It has given all it can to the world, and as its 5 champions, and yes, I am including Buddy in that, stand looking out.
He's alive?
Oh, he's alive. Yeah,
he was having a nap. He was just
very hard to kill one of those. Actually, you know what? Jump back into the narrow for a second. As he stands up, 2 bits of goop fall off him, and you see begin to coalesce little legs, and then immediately walk away from him, because actually there's no bond between them. And, but the camera pulls back, and we see the 5 defenders standing and looking, well, 4 of them and a grove, standing looking out over the first sunrise after the battle, and the universe pulses with a little bit of white energy, and we close the campaign.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. You done saved Oz space.
Good job.
We did it.
We're heroes, and I got laid.
Yeah. I love
The
that.
most
Equally
important thing.
Equally important for the narrative, honestly.
Damn.
I love that it was just like straight to fucking.
Oh yeah.
It was like, no, please, no.
He's like, "Do you need a healing potion?" "No, let's go."
I was like, we're reuniting with our families,
For a
our
mechanical
parents.
man,
I got a girlfriend.
I
For
got
a
a little.
mechanical man, you really turned into an animal at the end.
They're the most rough and tumble outlaw.
But when do we know what happens with Strength and Rin, though?
I know. We'll
Never,
never know.
It wasn't in the
Part
epilogue.
2.
It never
It
happened.
wasn't in the epilogue.
The grove's big enough for 4.
Hey, I have a wait till you
We're
leave.
just gonna leave it to everyone's collective imaginations and the
Go to
collected,
AO3. I don't know.
the
Figure it out. Write it.
the collected furry artists of the internet, because I'm not canonizing it in the end. I'm too much of a coward.
To be too. Honestly,
Thank you.
I'm like so afraid.
That's it.
I'll find you.
No.
That was a very fun game, guys. We won't hang around too much to discuss it. We'll just let it hang in our hearts. Thank you, everybody, for playing in the game. You guys were all absolutely wonderful, and you made that story extremely special, because let's face it, without you guys, it would literally have just been an extremely shitty summary of the first day of the Wizard of Oz. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and helped the guys out in the fights and made jokes and that in the chat. Really, really big up to you guys. There will be more down the line. Don't worry. It won't be in the next little while, but we will be coming back with more TTRPGs here on the channel at some point. In the meantime, you can catch Dylan and I on Hearthfire Tales. As I said at the beginning, just search Hearthfire Tales, where we've got our main podcast, Let Do On, where Dylan DMs. It is
Emotionally
extremely
devastating.
fun,
It is
emotionally
true,
devastating.
emotionally devastating.
Right now, there's an equal amount of fucking going on. So
What?
yeah,
Catch up, dude.
yeah,
I have college. Do you want to do my master's degree?
No, not even a little.
We also have various other projects. If you're interested in LARP, go and check out Fake Swords, Real Feelings. If you're interested in sword fighting, go and check out Way of the Heron. Go listen to Fate of Dea, which is another project that Dylan is DMing. It's extremely good. You can find all this information and more in our link tree, which is on all of our social medias. And then just come out and hang out in our Discord. We love that. We love to see you. You become a bona fide hearty, and everybody thinks you're cooler, and you get a +10 to your looks. So now, for the final time in this campaign, I'm going to ask the guys to say a little bit about themselves and where you guys can find them all. Starting with Dread.
Hey guys, for the very last time, my name is Dread. I'm also known as the Dreaded DM. My name is also Caitlin.
Many.
You can find me on all the social medias, on Instagram, and also on Facebook for reasons. And under the Dreaded DM, I sometimes post reels and I do edits and stuff. I've done a couple of edits for Wizards of Wildspace, and hopefully I'll be able to do a couple of more soon enough. But yeah, that's where you can find me. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to play this game.
Very good, very good. And it has been a pleasure. Apollo.
Me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. It had to be done.
Had to be done one last time. Hey y'all, my name is Apollo, @TallNerdApollo on the internet. Go to any social media, type in @TallNerdApollo. If you don't see me, I'm not fucking there. I don't know how to feel that that's becoming my official line.
Yeah.
That's becoming the line.
It works.
Just
It does work.
passively aggressive, just look it up. My social media presence has been lacking because getting a master's degree is hell, but hopefully I'll be streaming over the Christmas break, so over the course of like January I'll hopefully be starting a little bit again, and if I can, I'll be trying to find a way that I can stream, maybe even if it's just once a week, just to hang out with you beautiful people into and throughout the new year. Other places that you can find me, but Ireland in general.
Oh, wow.
Wandering the streets.
Ireland, just stalk me around
just-
the country.
I have played soccer.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
shit.
We should
Wild.
talk about that off air.
Anyway, thank you so much for letting me be here. I have stress streams about people hitting on my pretend dad, and it's
Yes.
really weird when your friends are like, why are you off, man? You're on edge. And it's like, well, I was playing D&D and they wouldn't stop flirting with my dad.
Yeah.
My pretend furry lion dad.
Well, I'm glad I could
This
put
campaign
that
has
into your
made me have
energy.
to justify so many things to my close friends.
My
and I
my
wouldn't
job
have it
here is
any other
complete.
way.
I can no longer play D&D. After
Well,
this
do
is
you know what?
peak.
Apollo, anytime you pick up Assassin's Creed 2 or see a lion, I want you to think about people hitting on your furry D&D dad.
or a monkey.
Sure,
Just
thank
any
you.
monkey in general.
But
I want you to
seriously,
be
it's been
vaguely uncomfortable every time you see a monkey.
Ow. But seriously, it's been an absolute, again, pleasure and an honor. Thank you very much for having me.
To you as well.
Yay.
Parker.
Hello, I have been. Hopefully will continue to be Harker Ryan. I'm
Whoa,
a
whoa.
content creator currently on my winter. I keep picking up every flu going hibernation mode, but we'll be back making content soon. And this has been, like Apollo said, an honor. I think, to tell the absolute truth, I had played D&D approximately 3 times before we started this campaign. So coming in as the rookie was very fun, and learning that playing D&D just uncovers all of your own traumas, and making
Yeah.
campaigns with all of us having father issues has been really, really good.
It's
I love my
trippy.
dad.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what?
My dad is watching my child right now.
But this has been absolutely great. Really, really enjoyed it, and has been a very fun journey for me, from having seen you guys perform in Smock Alley Theatre to now finishing this campaign with you all.
You're now delivering a masterclass in character of your own.
Oh,
Yeah.
Said.
thank you so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, and absolutely loved it. It has been a wacky year. This, I think, went a lot longer than we all expected to, which
Oh,
has been
yeah.
very fun.
It blew past some projected.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah.
You know, we just couldn't stop having fun. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And great job running it as well, by the way, DM. To give you your credit as well.
Thank you. I prepared nothing
Roses.
and often came unready. Oh. Yes. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Aw.
Thank you very much. It has been an absolute pleasure. But we have one more player, Dylan.
Yeah, Jim kind of said everything. Check out Hot Fire Tales. It's kind of our jam. It's what we do. Me and Jim are going to be over on the D8 Dungeon Twitch
Yeah.
channel tomorrow
yeah.
night, raising money for Limerick Animal Welfare.
Yes.
So drop by, donate if you can. You can. I think there's like tiers and stuff that. We're playing a game called Reverse Beastmaster, which basically
Which
means
is
we're people at the
unhinged.
whims of animals. And by donating, you will make our lives a living hell.
Yes,
So
I believe you can add
Sick.
in more animals. And
yeah, you can
stuff.
add in more
Yeah,
animals.
Oh,
You
I'm
can force us to change
definitely going to be
voices,
tuning
everything.
in. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And every
So, yeah.
donation you make obviously goes to help real animals.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mhm.
We will have to wear sock puppets and occasionally
we're
just
the
say
animals.
beast mode
Ah.
when we roll certain things. So yeah, it's gonna be very
Oh, I
fun.
simply must see this.
What
Ben
is this
from
game?
Reverse
you'll find
Beastmaster.
out tomorrow night
Fantastic.
at
Amazing.
8:00 on the D8 Dungeon. We'll be posting about it on our socials and stuff. Ben from Homebrew and D8 Dungeon, who's Homebrew Show in the chat there, is going to be
Who
running it
almost killed
for
you
us.
today, Caitlin?
Yeah.
It did. That sucked. Thanks, Ben.
How rude.
So yeah, go check that out. Me and Jim also, in other Hardfire news, have a very big project that's going to be coming live soon.
Ooh.
I don't know how much we can talk about.
We can allude to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can allude to it.
Um,
If you want a sneak peek
things.
of it, go join our Patreon.
Yeah, you can check it out, but you don't even have to join. It's free.
A free post.
You'll be able to see it. But yeah, we've got some very, very, very big things coming. Which is the most generic thing in the world to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. But yeah, go check that out, and happy Christmas, happy holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Hope everyone
Happy
has
holidays,
a good
guys.
holiday season.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday.
And yeah, as Jim said, we don't have a campaign planned just yet. We have a couple ideas in the works. We need to kind of sort them out. Me and Jim might be on here playing some games or doing some chill out things
Yeah,
over
we
the
might
next
go
little
back
while.
to, Pokemon days.
It
or
might do
something.
some Pokemon days or play some RPGs and voice act our way through them and stuff like that. So we'll be a little bit active, but as always, yeah, check us out on our podcast and on Discord.
Yeah, and I think it goes from all of us, especially Caitlin.
I saw it.
Waiting for it.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. We're gonna bounce. Dylan, have we got anybody to raid?
Yes, because the 8th Dungeon are in the middle of their charity.
Fantastic. So one last time,
drive.
everybody, Grifto Gang.
Grifto gang for the
gang.
last
also,
time.
Grifto ended up becoming a successful, legitimate businessman, and
Yay! Good
went
for
and
him.
made it his first point of business to find all of those heart spots that were floating in space from episode 1.
That's good.
Well,
Good
Aw.
for
yeah.
him.
One of them still holds a grudge against Hertz. I actually, fun story, was going to have that Hertz spot just reappear absolutely randomly in the middle of a normal scene and just
Really?
attack you, but I never had the opportunity.
Damn.
I really wanted to animate Dead Flair to make you do the voice tonight. Because like I know she's a zombie, but still it'd be funny to make you do Flair's voice all of a sudden.
Okay, we're gonna raid. See you all in Discord, and yeah, take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Holidays.
Bye, 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 bye. Those robots were banging. Straight banging. Are we out? Straight banging. Those
Oh my
robots were
God.
banging.
We're out.